Who or what you are, there is always somebody or there's always someone more than you are. If you're poor, there's somebody more poor than you are. If you think you're smart, there's always somebody smarter than you. And I kept that value with me till today.
Have you ever dreamed of building an empire? Of starting from scratch and creating something that impacts millions of lives? Today, we'll delve into the story of Sheldon Adelson, a man who rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most successful entrepreneurs of our time.
I've been in business for 69 years, since I was 12. And every time, well, after the first dozen or so businesses, I realized that the only way to get ahead was to do things differently than the way it was being done. And then I came to learn, which I finally learned at my ripe young age, that if you do things differently, success will follow you like your shadow. And you can't get rid of it. So that's what I did. So people doubted me because people just didn't do what I would do. It's a matter of finding out what it is that an industry does and identifying the opportunity as to how to do it differently. And then being enough of a risk taker to actually do it differently. So people doubted me because nobody thought of doing it the way that I did. And they were satisfied with the status quo, and I'm never satisfied with the status quo. My fundamental belief as an entrepreneur, that if I were to make carpets, I don't have to be an expert in making carpets or suits. I need to know how to run a business. I'm a business generalist. And in every business, there's what I call the product area. So if I hire the people that know how to make carpets, then I could run that business just like any other generalist business. Or the same thing about suits.
So
I get other people to find
the same principles apply. And what are those principles?
The principles are fundamentally, think of it as a matrix. So you have a sheet of paper with a bunch of holes in it, and below each hole you're supposed to put it on something, and it helps all the dots to connect. Any generalist businessman could set up any kind of business at all. Adversity is sometimes the mother of invention. You know, when you have to have something, necessity is the mother of invention. And when there's an adverse condition or series of conditions in a particular industry, you have to find a solution. In my case, I always found I was born in an underprivileged way. I couldn't get into the mainstream of business where I was born and raised in Boston because my family didn't come over in the Mayflower. My family, I was the first generation American in my family. And people who are in businesses, the bankers, the old businessmen, they didn't allow people like me in. And I couldn't get in, so I figured a way that I had to do something different than the way everybody else did. Irritates me a little bit is how people look only at the short term. Where my friend Steve once said, I don't want to be judged on a quarter-to-quarter basis. I mean, this is a long-term investment. And you can't judge. They're getting down to, they're talking about win in MOP per day for the last week. Pretty soon they're going to talk about MOP win or loss per hour.
Right.
Then they'll have a reader board up and they'll show how much is win or loss per minute. So this is all ridiculous. You know, you're in business for
the long term.
For the long term. Right. We've spent 9 or 10 or 11 billion dollars, but who's counting? And in Macau, and we're under construction with another property, and I've asked for permission to do yet another one, non-gaming, without tables. I think that I didn't invest that kind of money just so that I could have the next week or 2 weeks. I invested that money over the long term.
Let's pause for a while and all ears here, business minds. Are you ready to take control of your financial future? I have something special to unveil, an exclusive online course that promises to empower you in the world of investments. Cash Flow Academia. This course is designed for everyone, from beginners dipping their toes into the investment waters to seasoned pros seeking advanced strategies. Don't miss this opportunity to take charge of your financial future. Click the links below and enroll now.
A lot of people don't seem to get it. It goes back to the time when I discovered that I was something called an entrepreneur. Until I was 32, I thought I couldn't hold down a job. I gave a talk at Babson College, a business school in Boston, to something called the Entrepreneurial Exchange. And I asked the people, there were about 300 kids in the audience, and I said, how many of you think you're entrepreneurs? And everybody raised their hand. And then I asked them, I said, how many of you are in the entrepreneur business or want to be in the entrepreneur business for money? Nobody has ever guessed how many people raised their hand. Too many people to guess here, so I'll tell you, one. That is the answer to the question. What is the reason why people want to be entrepreneurial? My answer is the sense of achievement to accomplish something. It's not the money. Now, I'm not going to send the money back.
While Sheldon Adelson's story is unique, the principles he embodied hold valuable lessons for aspiring entrepreneurs of all walks of life. Remember, success doesn't come easy, but with hard work, calculated risks, and a focus on creating value for others, you too can pave your own path to entrepreneurial achievement. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more video updates.